Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling, a new revolutionary force in wrestling YouTube videos.
Whew. Hello everybody and welcome back to another Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling YouTube channel video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different from my usual video. You guys know me for my action figure content. In fact, I'm doing this in front of my Funko Pop collection just so we can get some type of action figure representation out of this. But I kind of wanted to come on here now, and since I'm gaining a little bit more notoriety and I'm getting more subscribers and I'm kind of getting a little bit more noticed, I figured now would be a good time to post this video and kind of give you guys a little introduction to myself. I want you guys to feel at home when you guys watch my YouTube channel videos. I want you guys to feel like you're a part of the family. So I feel like me diving into my life a little bit here and kind of opening up to you guys for a little bit is a way for us to do that, is a way for us to connect. Because as of right now, you guys just know me as the action figure guy. I'm the guy who runs this YouTube channel, who makes these videos. But funny enough, I'm a guy who has done a lot of things, a lot of really cool things in my life. I brought this bag because this is part of that. But before we even get into that, I kind of just want to go down my journey of how I became a fan of professional wrestling, of how I fell in love with wrestling. When I was around maybe 5, 6 years old, I got my first action figure 2-pack, and at least I believe it was a 2-pack, or it was 2 singles figures that were given to me that I just opened the package and played with them. But it was the Hurricane and Booker T. And from that point on, I needed to figure out what these toys were. I was like, what the heck are these action figures? What are these? As a kid, I was so enamored by how cool these dudes looked. I needed to figure out who they were. I wanted to know more about them. So sure enough, my parents ended up introducing me to wrestling, and I kind of just fell in love. I was like, oh my God, what is this? This square ring and these guys in these cool, elaborate outfits. This is so cool. I fell in love with wrestling to the point that I had a bunch of VHSs and DVDs and everything, and I had so many figures as a kid. I fell in love. And I fell in love with wrestling to the point that that love kind of just never died. I'm currently 25 years old. So I've loved wrestling for a very, very long time. And not only have I loved wrestling, I at one point was also a part of the professional wrestling world. When I was professional wrestling, I started out as this Bryce VanPelt character, and I was this rich kid.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bryce VanPelt making his Best in the Yard debut.
And I got to experience some really cool things in really the beginning of my career. I got to check out some really cool places. I got to meet some really cool people. There's a few states that I've actually gotten the chance to wrestle in, and quite a few. Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, Maryland, North Carolina, and I believe there's another one on that list somewhere, but I could be wrong. But those ones are all true. In this bag, I have one of my entrance jackets. Towards the end of my career, when I was no longer Bryce VanPelt, I was the absolute professional Bryce VanPelt. And this was one of the jackets that I would enter to the ring in. Yeah. And then I also have my last pair of professional wrestling boots that, funny enough, I never got the chance to wear. I mean, obviously, guys, these are boxing boots, but I was going to use them as professional wrestling boots, and my knee pad is even on that one boot there. But yeah. Not only did I get the chance to wrestle in some pretty cool states and some pretty cool places, but like I said, I got the chance to wrestle some pretty cool people. 2 of them are actually relatively notable in the independent wrestling world. One of those 2 was notable on a major wrestling promotion at one point. I have gotten the chance to step in the ring with and wrestle in the past Fuego del Sol, who formerly was on AEW, and Jordan Oliver, who has been traveling the world as almost like a journeyman on the independent scene. And mainly has made like GCW his main home base. But it's awesome to see those two guys thrive, and I'm so proud of them. And if it wasn't for them, I would have never gotten where I was in the wrestling world. Obviously, clearly, I'm here. You know, I'm not wrestling anymore. It didn't really work out. But I'm okay with that. It's something that, you know, just never really came to fruition. I'm happy with the life I have now. You know, I kind of needed to stop wrestling so I can focus on my actual life and get that together. But yeah, basically that's the whole deal. When I was Victor VanPelt, my finishing move, it was called the money shot, and it was basically MVP's drive-by kick. And then when I was the Absolute Professional, I would use the crossface chicken wing as my finishing move. My two friends from the Talkin' Wrestling podcast were actually in a group with me at one point. We were, me and Dylan were Money and Power, but I guess you could have called us a faction because there was three of us, myself, Dylan, and Lissy. And we were a pretty dominant group in the promotion that we were in. And not only have I gotten the chance to wrestle those notable wrestlers, I've gotten the chance to wrestle on a show with a notable wrestler who got to watch me wrestle, the Sandman. Yes, the Tapped Out to Pro Wrestling hardcore champion. I got the chance to wrestle at a show where he was one of the guest appearances. I did a lot of really cool things, guys. I can't even deny that. I'm not trying to like give myself a big head or anything. But throughout the world of professional wrestling, while I was wrestling, I did a lot of collecting. Obviously, my action figure collection is gigantic right now, and it continues to grow by the day. But man, it was so much bigger when I was wrestling. I had so many more action figures then, and I was constantly selling things, buying things, no matter what. I was always doing something. I even at one point was a part of a toy show. So like, you know, I was surrounded by action figures and toys constantly. But I never once said to myself, you know what, let me try to hop on YouTube. It wasn't until I finally moved here and I said to myself, well, I don't really have much going on. I'm kind of just going to work every day, and as much fun as that is, you know, I should be doing something. I should have a hobby. This is my hobby, making YouTube videos, doing this. This is what I do when I'm not working, and I enjoy doing this. I love doing this. I love you guys subscribing and leaving me comments. I don't necessarily have a goal with this, but I'm not going to lie. Back in the pandemic era, I really, really fell in love with pick feds and just wrestling figure content in general. I fell in love with My Damn Toys and his pick fed and all his stuff. WSC, GCW. Obviously, it's a bit of a stretch to say this, but if I could ever find a way to get to that sort of point in this, that would be insane. But who knows? The future holds so many secrets and things, you know. I'm 25, so I'm getting pretty old. Who knows? Well, anyways, guys, I just wanted to come on here, like I said, and just introduce myself. So if you guys enjoyed this little history story about myself being a former professional wrestler and collecting, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and tap that bell notification so you never miss an upload. Make sure you guys check out the pick fed. I always say it all the time. Check out all the other videos we've done in the past, and check out the shorts. We upload one daily. You don't want to miss it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
You are, you little son of a gun. Damn!
Yeah! Big Z. Come on, Big Z. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the other one. Yeah! Yeah. There's the confidence. Come on. Okay.
That part might get shitty, sorry.